So I wanted to do some videos, like almost case studies of in-person lessons that I've had that I think you can learn a lot from. So today I had a gentleman that found 45 yards with the driver in carry. You know, stay tuned because this might help you and you might like what you hear. Hi guys, thanks for checking the video out. Steve Buzza here. Yeah, and today I'm talking about how I got a student to hit it 45 yards further. You know, which is pretty impressive. He had a swing speed of like 100 miles an hour, so you know that's pretty impressive. But I think what he was doing, there were two things. One was a technical problem, and then the other one was more of a conceptual problem. And I think it's the conceptual problem that you could learn the most from. So he was a golfer, and I use Mike Adams, E.A. Tischler's like Bioswing Dynamics. So you know, I'll check how people want to move. And he was a guy that needed like more of an under golfer. So when you're looking over my shoulder there, you know, what we would call in the golf industry a strong grip was kind of his neutral grip. So you need to think about this, and think about this logically. You know, as human beings, we've all got different shapes, different sizes. You know, our arms are different lengths. You know, our shoulders, like the joints themselves are different. The mobility that we have is different. So to say everybody should stand with this grip, or this grip is neutral for everybody, you know, is a little simplistic. I did a video, or it was actually Megan that presented a video talking about how your hands hang. You know, and it has a massive influence on what grip suits you. You know, I hear so often like, oh, grip doesn't matter, and then you hear other people say, well, grip's the most important thing. You know, my opinion on it is there is a perfect grip for you, the most functional grip for you, but it might not be the same as your best friend, might not be the same as your favorite tour pro, but there is a grip that suits you best. And for this guy, he was more of the under guy. So he needs what looks like a strong grip, but I'm going to state it again, it's not strong for him. He stabilizes the face best when he's in that position. So he had been seeing some hooks, so he had been doing the opposite. He'd been trying to weaken it, because when we talk about weakening stuff, it should actually, in theory, make the club want to put more slice on, take the hook out. But that doesn't apply to the under golfer. I think the under golfer, of all the swing styles, is probably let down the most by standard advice. You know, so if you're an under golfer, unfortunately YouTube videos, apart from this one, are not going to help you that much. So trying to find that out, and sometimes you just have to do it through trial and error, and sometimes it's just going to, what grip did I used to use when I was my best? So often I'll change someone's grip and they go, oh, that's how I used to do it. You know, don't search the correct way, search the way that makes you hit your best shots. And if you do something that's a little bit different from the norm and you're hitting good shots, maybe it's that little different thing that makes you great. So don't fear that. But I've changed this grip. So this grip and this grip style with a driver helps somebody hit up on it. So when I said the under golfer is let down, that doesn't mean being an under golfer is a bad thing. You know, and think about it, if your hand is like this, it's easier to swing up, it's easier to swing out. So I had a great opportunity to get him hitting up on the ball a bit more, and if you can do that in the correct manner, you know, you're going to hit the ball further. Then the second thing, and this is the conceptual issue, is he decided to copy Matt Kuchar because he wasn't hitting the ball that straight. So he picked a tour pro that kind of had a similar looking physique to him and was hitting the ball straight and very efficiently. So he picked Matt Kuchar, and that's actually, if you think about it logically, that's a great person to pick. Only problem is Matt Kuchar isn't the guy that has this grip. So copying Matt Kuchar, and more importantly, he was feeling like he was trying to exit really far left, you know, as Matt does, to try and hit that like bleedy cut. trying to do that is like the opposite of what suits his body style and his body type and where he's most powerful. So in the quest to do something that should put efficiency in, it made him hit the ball all over the place. And it turns out somebody that is a bit more like an undergolfer is Dustin Johnson. So not somebody that he thought he had anything in common with. He didn't quite have the ability to open like DJ does, but he needed to feel like he delivered his arms far more like DJ. So once he started to do that, let himself push out to the right, all of a sudden angle of attack went up a little bit, club head speed went up a tad. You know, it definitely helped. It didn't go up like massively. That's not the reason why I think he found all of those 45 yards, but because his body wanted to do that, he's putting far better energy into the golf ball. And yeah, he went from 200 carry to 145, you know. And for a good player, or any player, 45 yards, that is an absolute game changer to your scoring. Plus he did it in a manner where he felt more comfortable. You know, I think too often with driver, people prioritize trying to hit it straight. If you can find the mechanics that allow you to send the ball as far as you can, that usually is the one that you can control the best as well. You know, I love using the analogy of your car. When your car is working at its best, that's not when you're worried about driving it at its fastest, obviously at the speed limit. But if your car is broke, all you're trying to do is keep it on the road. You know, that's the time when you go, well, I'm going to try and just stay straight, just try and keep this thing on the road. And I think, again, this time of year, trying to find power mechanics actually will help your dispersion. You know, I did a lot of research on this for my master's thesis, for my biomechanics. So I'm a strong believer, find something that's power for you, not for your favorite tour pro. Remember, I've got no issue with Matt Kuchar. Matt Kuchar is great at swinging like Matt Kuchar. DJ is fantastic at swinging like DJ. You're going to be terrible. This guy's terrible when he tries to swing it like Matt Kuchar. He's actually better at DJ. You might be watching this and DJ might be the worst person for you to copy. You know, so that's why it's quite tough when you look at like, oh, this is my body type, I'm just going to copy the guy that has my body type, because his dimensions and stuff and where his power lies might not be the same as you. So be very careful when you're picking people to copy. Trust yourself, so when you're doing well and you're doing something that seems a bit strange, like I say, maybe embrace that. And then if you are getting a bit confused, go see a coach, or even like a PT. You know, you're going to get a lot of information from like a strength and conditioner. Go see someone that can give you some good information about your body type, where you're going to be at your most powerful. You know, I promise you're going to play better golf. More importantly, you're going to enjoy your golf more. So thanks for watching. Get some comments down below. Are you the person that picks somebody, not at random, you pick someone that you thought would be perfect to model your swing on, and it had the complete opposite effects and desires that you actually wanted? You know, I'd love to hear what you got to say. Hope to catch you soon.